LAPD, life on the beat.
There's one award that an officer can receive that stands out above all others. That award is the coveted Medal of Valor, and Officer Stacey Lim knows what it takes to earn one.
On June 9th, 1990, I was playing a softball game with my partner's family. After the game, we went and had something to eat, and then I started heading home. About 1:45 in the morning, 5 gang members in a car. They were driving the 5 freeway northbound. The 14-year-old girlfriend, she basically saw my truck and said, hey, I like that one, and talked to her boyfriend and said, if you love me, you'll steal that car for me. I was tired, I wanted to get home, and so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, especially to people coming off the freeway with me. I was unaware that anyone was following me home. My normal procedure was to take my gun when I park out from under my thigh and put it under my left armpit as I go up to my house. Stop my car. I usually grab my weapon from here, step out. As I stepped out, I saw the barrel of a .357, looked like the size of a cannon. It almost looked like you could see right through it till the cylinder of the gun. The male, 15-year-old, he had stolen his mom's .357, and he came up on the driver's side of my car. As I raised up my gun, we were probably about 5 feet from each other. As I came up, I was about ready to say, police, drop the weapon, when he fired one round. He shot me just left center of my chest, went through my chest, out my back, nicked my diaphragm, my liver, my intestine, shattered my spleen, put a hole in the base of my heart, and left a tennis ball size hole in my back as it exited. Knocked me back into my car door, but I think I was just more mad than hurt at the time. I figured I could feel it later. As he turned, I fired one round at him, then he turned and ran. It hit him in his shoulder as he went across the corner here. I came back from behind him, I slowed down, I didn't know where he'd gone. As I got about here, I started coming out when I saw him come back at me. With his handgun, I fired 3 more times. Hit him in the shoulder, the back, and the base of the neck. He went down. He fired 5 more rounds. It went just high left or off of me. When I saw him hit the ground, I knew I was bleeding bad, so I had to get back. I came back to my door, from my door side. I went around the front of my car here. When I got to the left front hood, I stopped. With my left hand, I kind of grabbed for my chest because I knew it was hurting. I remember feeling my own blood and thinking that it was really warm and that was kind of odd. So I started walking up the driveway. As I got about 3 steps into the driveway, I knew I was going to pass out, and it was just a survival thing for me. I wasn't scared because although I knew I'd been shot and I knew it was bad, there was something inside of me that I knew I wasn't going to die. So I turned with my knees and I fell to my back, and it just faded to black after that. My roommate came out, she saw me there, she called 911. The paramedics showed up, they put a mask suit on my legs and filled it up with air. Lost my pulse one time, used the defibrillator to bring me back, put me in the ambulance and sent me to the hospital. Basically mid-chest line to just below the belly button. They crack you open the first time and they spread it and they just started working on whatever they need to work on. And they sewed up everything they found, put me in ICU, and I was basically on 70% life support. They lost my pulse one additional time. They had to defibrillate me twice in there to bring me back. They did. I was going through too much blood. They had estimated that I went through about 101 units of blood, which goes around 10 bodies of blood. Because I was going through so much, it was just bleeding out. They knew that they had probably missed something inside. They take me the second time, and then when they cracked my chest open the second time, they go from the side, and as soon as they did that, my heart went into full arrest, and that's when they reached in and they did heart massage for about 45 minutes to bring my heart back, and then they sewed up an artery that they had missed on the backside of my rib cage. After that, I was on basically 100% life support, and they gave me basically no chance to survive. After a couple hours of parents and family yelling at me to survive, because of my strong will and desire to survive, and that it wasn't my time, I basically started fighting back. And then after 15 days in the hospital, I walked out on my own with no restrictions. And 8 months after my shooting, I went back to work. For me, I did what I had to do to survive, and that was it. There was nothing heroic about it. I did what I was trained to do, what I was taught to do, and anyone else in the same position would have probably done the same thing.